What's going on, people? Welcome to One More Watch Please. In this channel, I will be doing unboxing videos, watch reviews, and I will also be talking to watch enthusiasts, watch collectors, and watchmakers on several different watch related topics. So, if you are someone who's passionate about watches, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification. All the watches that we talk about in this episode will be linked in the description below, so make sure you check them out. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the conversation with Christine, who's all the way from California. Hey, Christina, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Good, lovely to be here, and I'm excited to get it started.
Did you do anything interesting today on your day off?
Interesting. Besides errands and, looking at a few watches, my day's going pretty normal, I guess. You could say.
Cool. Just out of interest, what sort of watches were you looking at?
What sort of watches? Watches I can't definitely afford as of right now. I was looking at an Aquanaut, just for fun, and a Zenith, vintage Zenith. Yeah.
Nice. I like both of them. Uh, so, yeah, why don't we sort of start by telling the viewers a bit about your background and how did you get into watch collecting,
Mhm.
etc.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So I am currently 22 years old, so a bit younger demographic for people who love watches. And the way I got into watches is seeing my mom's timepiece growing up, which I actually have here. It's a Lady Datejust reference 179173. No, it's a bit reflective, but there you go. So I saw this growing up, so I was fairly used to watches. But my first love, I think we've talked about it before, was tech. I was used to opening stuff up. If I get like an RC car for a birthday or something, I'd open it up and look at the little electricals and everything. And doing the parts exchange, part swap, and watching my uncles repair stuff, it just translated to movements for me until I got into this rabbit hole of watches, basically. Yeah, but before that, it was just, growing up around my mom's watch.
Cool. I think I like that story that you sort of got into watches by observing your mom's collection, and that's a
Mhm.
really nice watch that your mom's got.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Cool. So why don't you tell the viewers about your top three favorite watches in your collection? Maybe let's just go show the viewers on the screen, and then maybe talk about the story behind the watch, and maybe what are your top features for that watch.
Mhm. So, it's hard to choose a favorite because my collection is based on sentimental value, which is why I don't own many watches. I only buy watches when I hit a certain milestone. But if I were to rank, the one that means most to me would be the one I'm wearing now. Let me just get a closer look at that. It's a Tudor Royal 28 millimeter in all steel, and it's the Tudor Royal from 2022, so it's still rocking the modified ETA movement instead of the newer ones that have a Solita based movement in them. And the reason this means most to me is not because of its price, it's because of its sentimental value. My mom actually got this for me when I graduated university, and I think I promised her and I promised as myself as well that I'd make something out of myself with this watch. And she gave it to me like a bit before I graduated, so I wore it during my finals. I wore it when I walked up on stage. I wore it for my first interview and I wear it for my job. So like it's my ride or die per se. So it means the most to me sentimentally. Yeah.
Cool. I think that's a great story attached with your first watch. Are there any sort of specific features you like about that watch other than the sentimental value?
Mhm. What's funny about this watch is when we got this, we were overseas in UAE for a vacation, and this watch wasn't my first choice. It wasn't actually on my radar. We were deciding between the Black Bay Pro, the now discontinued Black Bay 32 with the ETA movement, and the Omega Speedmaster 38, so the one in the women's collection. The reason that we ended up going with this was actually my mom's choice, which at first I reluctantly agreed with because she was like, "Oh, it's simple. You can dress it down, you can dress it up, and you can use it every day for work." And one of the reasons I chose this is I wanted a part of my mom to be embedded in this watch, basically. And the fact that she was gonna buy it as a gift, it made me a bit guilty having her pay the price of a Speedmaster or a Black Bay Pro, which like I didn't feel comfortable. Like, she could have used that money on herself, and
Yeah.
I wanted to use those watches as a challenge to myself that I could achieve it on my own someday, sooner or later. But I don't like integrated bracelets either. I wasn't aiming for the PRX. I wasn't definitely not aiming for this one. But honestly, it's grown on me. And if I had a time machine to do it all over again, I'd choose this without hesitation over and over again. So yeah, the fluted bezel, the integrated bracelet, everything just grew on me basically.
Yeah, I think sometimes you build that connection with your watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think only a watch enthusiast can understand this sort of feeling, where you spend that time with your watch, wind that watch in the morning, adjust the time and stuff. I think it's a different kind of a feeling.
Mm-hmm. And I look at this watch and then it reminds me of all the memories. Like, huh, I was just starting out college and now I'm like done, and more memories to go basically.
Definitely, definitely.
And
Cool.
so
Let's talk about your watch number two then.
my watch number two, it's odd enough because it seems like I'm going off of price, but I'm going off of its sentimental value. It just so happens that the prices are arranged from like most expensive to least expensive. But if I were to have like a second like favorite watch based on sentimental value, it would be my Powermatic 80 PRX. It's really reflective, but there it is. It's the 35 millimeter version in the ice blue dial. And I think the thing I really like about is it's that it has a waffle pattern. Like, I think that's the first thing that drew me to this watch. And pictures don't do it justice, man. Like, I wasn't interested in this at all when I saw it in pictures, but like when you see it up close in person, the texture is just amazing, and the way it catches light, like it looks very vibrant
Yeah,
and like shiny, but on picture it just looks flat, if you get what I mean. But apart from that, the reason that this means a lot to me is because out of the three watches I have in my possession, this is the only watch that I paid for with my own money. The other two, this one and the one that I'll reveal later, that was my mom's gift to me from different points of my life. So to have something I could like call my own in terms of
yeah,
my own effort and my own grit, I think it's what makes it special for me. And like ever since I owned my Royal, the integrated bracelet grew on me, which is why I, lean towards this one. And 80 hours of power reserve, that's like less winding and setting for me, right? So that's a plus.
yeah. That's really impressive. That's like almost 3 to 4 days.
Hmm. It is. And, it's convenient. For an automatic, it's convenient.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is looking to get a PRX, and we were talking about it this weekend. But for some reason, like you said, you don't appreciate the integrated bracelet until you see
Yeah.
one and until you wear one. For
Mm-hmm.
me, I'm still leaning towards the gentleman series.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll see if I see PRX in person, it might even change my mind.
Yeah, like I think I saw the gentleman. The gentleman's great, to be honest. And the Sea Star, but like I don't know. I've never seen a watch that looked like the PRX before. Like I didn't live through the remember the date just the Oyster Perpetuals with the integrated bracelet. I haven't seen those in person, and I haven't seen the vintage sea stars that this was inspired on. So it grew on me, I guess. Integrated bracelets aren't for everyone, but I guess it's something you just fall in love with as time
Yeah.
goes on.
Yeah, I do love the ice blue dials in most of the watches. They look really nice.
They're lovely. They're lovely with different outfits as well, and the way they catch light. Like I said, it grows on you, and I hope you get to try one soon.
Yeah, I'm currently looking at a Seiko Presage cocktail time with a similar color dial,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
a
so
lovely
nice.
timepiece. That's a lovely timepiece. That's so worth it. For anyone watching, bang for your buck right there.
Definitely, definitely. For £350, you can't go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Can dress it up, dress it down, and it's a fun, colorful color. And yeah,
D- cool. Uh, uh, I'll leave all the link to all these watches in the description. So make sure you guys check it out. Uh, let's move on to your watch number 3 then.
my watch number three is actually the first mechanical piece that I owned. It's upside down, but it is my Orient Mako 2, and this is the largest watch I've owned at around I think 41 millimeters. But yeah, my mom also got this for me on my 21st birthday, a few months before I got my Royal. And before this, I had two Citizens Eco Drive, like the typical like lady
Yeah,
collection with the stones around, and then Mother of Pearl dial. Like it's not a bad watch. I enjoyed it a lot, but it's not really geared towards enthusiasts, if
yeah,
that makes sense. And compared to other like ladies collection that other brands offer, such as like Longines or even Tissot, you could really see the difference.
yeah,
Like the other brands that I mentioned has a more respectable ladies collection for lady enthusiasts. And yeah, I still keep those watches. Both of them are in my drawer, but they're not in my rotation. I just keep them for sentimental value. But
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
see
love
that. I see that feedback from a lot of enthusiasts where they see sort of the eco drive, the solar powered, and the quartz movement are more for people who just want to grab the watch, wear the watch, and just sort of check the time. They're
Mm-hmm.
not bothered what movement is in there and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They just want something that works all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas watch enthusiasts, they're more about the movements, the gears, and
Mm-hmm.
the ticking sound of the clock and the winding of the clock every day.
Mm-hmm. And like just a disclaimer for anyone, like we don't hate quartz. Like I actually might get a quartz soon with Longines, but I wanted something that is more enthusiast based compared to like something you could just get for the general public, which is why I chose the Orient. Yeah, and I love it, dude. Like I've went to Philippines with this. I've got like pushed in the swimming pool with this. Like I've tripped with this thing, and it's still alive and it still looks brand new. So I don't think I could say that about my other two watches, and
Yeah,
nor would I want to try it. But this thing's a trooper, and I wear it on my most like casual errands, or when I'm traveling and I know it's not gonna be like the safest of
yeah,
places or safest of activities, like swimming, jet skiing, and stuff like that. Trusty buddy right here.
cool. Yeah, like Christine said, we don't hate quartz, but actually, I'm wearing one right now because it was
Oh,
raining today. I didn't want my other watches to be in the rain, so I was wearing my 10-year-old watch today.
what are you wearing today? Let's hear a shot.
I mean, I'm wearing an Army Tron. It's an
Oh,
American brand.
mm-hmm. Nice. I like how it suits your outfit, and it has a nice fit on you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. I think those were some great watches that you just shown us. So thanks for that.
Thank you very much.
And now we all know that as enthusiasts, we all have a wish list.
Mm-hmm.
So what's I think the viewers might want to know what's on your wish list. What does your collection look like in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years. If we're being ambitious, like, might not be 3 to 5 years, definitely not. But like, I'd love to have the Nautilus or the Aquanaut in my collection, or let's see, that's hard. A vintage Royal Oak, maybe. My mom's date just. My mom's watching this. I'm just kidding, mom. Don't worry. But if we're being realistic, the watches that I aimed for now is, I think I've mentioned, I wanted to get a quartz with long jeans. The watch specifically is the Conquest, the older model of the Conquest quartz, and something probably from Grand Seiko. I really like their concept of like the spring drive, their hybrid movements. So hopefully someday I add that in my collection. Someday soon, probably, but those are the two I'm aiming for right now. Yeah.
Cool. And if someone is just starting to get into watch collecting hobby, what advice would you give them as based on your experience?
I think based on my experience, I think go for three advices. First would be buy what you like, don't buy the hype. Like things that are popular, you have to keep in mind that they aren't for everyone. And
Yeah,
you don't have to force yourself to like it just because everyone else likes it. Because with that,
definitely.
you're just wasting money if you get it. You're not gonna feel any happiness with it or like value. You're buying for yourself, not for other people.
Yeah,
See. And the second one is quality over quantity. I've seen so many people, especially within the groups, the watch groups that we're in, they get that like urge just to keep buying new watches, just to experience the thrill of it for the first time of owning. And then, you end up with like 2 to 3 box of watches you didn't even want in the
yeah,
first place. So it's better to like, let your collection grow slowly, own things that you'd want to own long term and not just sell and let go.
yeah,
I think that's the true essence of that. And then finally, have your watches also have more of a sentimental value, not just like a
yeah,
fiscal purchase, basically, because like someday your budget's going to keep going up, and the more your budget goes up, for some people, they kind of ignore the watches they used to own that was in the lower bracket, which for me, I can't see with mine, like the difference in price between my Orient and my Tudor, and probably down the line with some of my other watches, is getting pretty big in terms of the price gap. But I don't see my Orient any less than that
yeah,
because it has a lot of sentimental value to me. And, like I don't want this out of my collection. So, yeah, get something that would represent a point in your life that would mean a lot to you. And you can look back at it, give it to your kids or someone you love someday, and tell them the story.
definitely. And I think I also want to add a point that a lot of the watch collectors think that they have to break the bank and spend a lot of
Mhm.
money
Definitely.
to collect good watches, but you can always fix the budget and stick to that budget for all
Hmm.
your watches. So, for example, if you have $500 to spend on all your watches, you can
Hmm.
stick to that budget. But like Christine said, you need to have some sort of sentimental value, some sort of occasions to mark with it, and some sort of story behind it to make it a part of your collection. Otherwise, you're just buying an instrument and you're not going to like it and you're just going to sell it down the road.
And like as much as we all love watches, at the end of the day, it falls in the category of want instead of need. So you wouldn't be wanting to spend money that you desperately need for other more important areas of your life, like food, your housing, all your bills and stuff. Don't don't put yourself in a tough situation. just because of a timepiece, because at the end of the day it's just something you wear on your wrist. It's
Yeah.
not it's not more important than like other stuff you have going on in your life. If you have the extra money, go right ahead, but like if you're hesitant, if you feel like, that money will take you a long time to earn back, or that you have second thoughts of, oh, maybe I could use this just to pay off my car or my mortgage, don't do it. It's not worth it. Be smart. That's it, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's a very good advice.
But yeah, that's all the advice that I could give, basically.
Cool. Thanks, Christine, for spending the time with us today
Thank you.
and
It's my pleasure.
sharing all your wonderful watches with us, and also your mom's watch. I think your mom's got a really good taste
Yeah,
in
thank you.
terms of picking watches.
Thank you. That'll mean a lot to her.
Yeah, and hopefully, when your collection grows, we might do another episode with you.
Of course, always. I love being here, and you're a great YouTuber and a great person overall. So, anytime.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate your love and support to the channel. Make sure you share this video with your friends and family who are also into watches, and make sure to turn on the notification bell so whenever I post the next video, you will be the first one to get the notification. I appreciate you and I hope you have an amazing day. See ya.